baby in the big bed is called, I don't know, I just stand in the bed.
Look.
Tia Kemp recently got into a nasty disagreement with Chrisean, and several tapes of Chrisean having sex with Diddy during those freakoffs were leaked. No one expected her to bring up Chrisean, but Tia has been clutching major tat about Diddy's freakoffs for a while. Tia's baby daddy, Rick Ross, has already been informed of his involvement. But she has her priorities, and she isn't giving up. On her, there has been conflict between them ever after Tia checked Chrisean, crippling her son. Now, you can all see how irate Chrisean gets when someone attempts to call, revealing her stupidity. She tried to comfort Tia, who was distraught that she'd been clocked, but Tia was uncooperative and came back right away to drag her for dirt. Chrisean started the whole thing a few days ago when she was ranting about Blueface and her refusal to accept her return online. Things became so bad that when Blue contacted Chrisean during a Twitch live show, she left her son in the car and ran off to argue with Blue on the phone. The boy started screaming, as was to be expected, because the car was hot and Shine Essence, he was confined inside. On the contrary, she told one of the Twitch employees who was at her house to handle him. And this poor individual couldn't figure out how to react to the situation, so he was confused. In addition to receiving a flurry of abuse in her comments. For essentially killing the small boy, her Twitch account was banned. Tia decided she had to step in. Chrisean has to quit embarrassing herself and focus on taking care of her son.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this nicely. Chrisean need to go sit down somewhere, and she need to get this baby some help. She need to get herself some help. She need to stop engaging with all this internet and beef and all this shit back and forth with that boy lying and playing on y'all mind, because she ain't never played on mine. I don't pay her no attention. I already know she up in the head. But it's making me mad that this baby can't get down and walk. And I'm looking at him right here. It's clear that things are wrong with him. So why she ain't taking this baby, I don't get this. But we don't know what she's doing behind closed doors. We don't. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think she's doing that. I just don't think so. Because she like to document everything. She'd have been documented that. That shit don't make no sense. Get your ass off the internet whining about it. Trashing their house and go get your own. If you getting paid money from Snapchat and everywhere else, or whatever. Because I'll be damned if I keep running back to it's going to keep throwing me the out. That get played out. Oh, hell no. It become a time and a point where you got to say, them. Child should be first. You get what I'm saying? You only got one. Don't have no more, please.
Indicated before, Chrisean was upset about this and raged at Tia. When her son died, she ridiculed her, saying she should have spent more time getting him off the streets instead of interfering in other people's affairs.
You already did this before, Auntie. And you nobody aunt. We don't know you. You're a funny ass lady, but we don't know you, bro. In real life, we don't know you, bro. You feel me? And even if you was my aunt, my nigga, call me like you really love me, bro. You don't know what's really going on for real and what's really going on for real. Like, I don't know what's really going on with your kid, bro. But you would want us to pray for him, right? When he got stabbed, I pass judgment. Oh, he outside. He banging. He this. He in the streets. Man, go get your son off the streets, man. Stab for it, bro. Yeah, I said it. Out here. I be ignoring every time you try to speak up against me or about my kid. The last time you spoke up against me was like, yeah, show us something. Show him holding a bottle up or something. And then shortly after, your son gets stabbed up. It doesn't feel good, does it? Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. If you got a kid, right? Okay. Don't stop passing judgment. I love you down. You funny. But come on now, stop speaking on me. For real. Stop speaking on me. Go back to clapping those saggy ass. Just go back.
Without hesitation, Tia responded when she saw this. Chrisean was scolded for thinking she could use her son to silence her. According to her, she said exactly what she intended to say. Chrisean should also refrain from coming online to inform us about herself and Blue if she has a problem with as we never asked to be in the group chat in the first place. She also attacked Chrisean for trying to body shame her, even though she doesn't seem to be in good shape.
Tell you something, ain't nobody could tell me to stop talking about them thing I see in the media, okay? I done forgot I was on TikTok, now I'm cussing you out. I don't give a if I see something on the blogs and I come across it and I see something and I want to say something, I'm going to comment and I'm going to say something. I don't give a damn who don't like it. When they see me in the blogs or in the media, they say what they want. You can't fight the world. You can't fight the world, baby. You can't. You cannot. You can't fight the whole world. All you can do is do better, man. That's all. Make the world a better goddamn place. You don't want to be nothing to be said about you. Don't bring it online. I'm saying just what every goddamn body else have said, but with a kind heart. All right? Like I said, get your off the internet and go home and be a mama. All that online, all that, yeah, about it. All this been going on since she been in jail, out of jail. Nobody want to hear that. If I gotta come on here with a bikini on or a thong, I'll show you this behind ain't saggy and bad body. I would show you. I don't like the body shame, but I believe you was an athlete or something like that back in your days and in your times. You can go run some of that burrito belly up off of you. Okay? Before you start talking about how I'm shaped and the saggy and old and all that, you better pray you get 48. Okay? Because I done been your age. You gotta get mine. Alright? But I'm gonna pray for you. I am. I'm gonna pray for you. Okay? I'm gonna pray for you, little girl. Now y'all leave her alone and stop tagging me with all of this unnecessary stuff. Cause I said what I said and I ain't gonna change. I said the I said.
As if this whole situation wasn't bad enough, Chrisean called Tia in the middle of the night, insulting her. Teaching Chrisean to jump over her elders will instill in her respect for them. The fact that Chrisean was using these calls to kill time at night instead of taking care of her son, who really needed her, was another thing she brought up.
What's up? Who this? Who this playing on my phone? Who is this? That's that Chrisean playing on my phone. I'm finna cuss this little out. I don't get this.
The subscriber you were...
Y'all heard that? This got my number and she texted my phone.
The subscriber...
No, pick up the phone. Then she talking about buy blocked. No, don't block me now. I got my number from somebody and woke me up. This bitch text me, stop calling me. You call. Talking about I'm weird. Hold up. You call me. Woke me.
When things got out of hand, popular blogger Hot Tea Chocolate stepped in and told Tia via direct messages that the phone call was a fake and that the audio was actually an old recording of Chrisean on Instagram Live. Responded Tia, adamant that the call had come from Chrisean. Finally, Chrisean posted screenshots of Tia and Hot Tea Chocolate's text conversations along with the remark, "She's an old weirdo." According to the text, "Hey, Tia," Hot Tea Chocolate wrote, "I don't believe that's Chrisean calling you. Looks like you're still alive." There have been multiple recordings of her previous response, because she is being utilized as a trolling tool. "You made the one is her. It's her," Tia said. "Believe me, no call was being recorded. She could hear a text now number on her phone. I don't play those kinds of games and I'm not lazy, so listen to me. As with that 304 that called me several times and woke me up, talk facts when you talk on my phone." As previously stated, the 304 needs to organize her, regarding her. Now I don't feel sorry for her, for every individual. As I said, now tell her to have a child. Furthermore, when Tia said she didn't feel sorry for anyone anymore, she wasn't lying. Chrisean has been going around telling folks behind the scenes that Yung Miami fed her to Diddy, which has led to rumors that she did. In addition, they both had freak-offs with Diddy. Some people think Tia got this tea from Carissa because of what she said a few months ago, which made many think Chrisean was able to serve Diddy through Yung Miami for Chrisean. Carissa claimed she didn't understand why. Miami had gotten so close to Chrisean and started bringing her out regularly until Diddy was embroiled. At that moment, she started to piece things together and realized that Miami was trying to transform Chrisean into one of Diddy's freak-off females.
They was trying to recruit Chrisean. That's what Diddy and what the girl Carisha was trying to recruit Rock. Remember that when they was heavily trying to get Rock to hang out with them? I think they was trying to recruit her. She got a lot going on. We're gonna talk about it on this podcast. And we're gonna get to the nitty gritty of all the gritty of the nitty. Cause it's necessary. I think them was trying to recruit her. Cause remember they just had her pulling up to everything. Thought she about her. Yeah, remember? See what I'm saying? We don't. This podcast gonna be, cause y'all know the mama know everything and everybody business. So we gonna find out on this podcast. We ain't gonna talk no shit about nobody. We ain't gonna mock nobody, but we definitely gonna explore the possibilities that was going on. Cause they kept calling her. Remember, pull up to the birthday party. Come over here and dance on Carisha. Remember that? I feel like they was trying to recruit that baby to be in on this. That makes, see what I'm saying? That's why I gotta have a podcast, because I gotta get the on the table. Can't nobody get it on the table but my nosy, okay? Tasha K, and she over there making up. I know we gonna get to the bottom of on this podcast. Tell me if I'm lying. Go on over there and tell me if I'm lying. I'm telling you, they was trying to recruit that baby. They said, let's get her away from him. That's what they was doing. We gonna put a couple pounds of that on her and have her fly. They ain't gonna never suspect her.
Damn, that would make so much sense. That's why he grabbed him and he said, what did he say? He said, do you love her or she needs love? All she needs is love.
All she needs is love. Now, how about that? We gonna explore all the parts.
Even while others initially thought Carissa was just trying to use her power to ignore the issue. They conducted their own investigation and found receipts for the products she was talking about. At one of Diddy's events, Sean was caught on camera leaning over and kissing her face repeatedly. Chrisean felt so uncomfortable and confused that she easily tried to pull away, but he was clinging to her. To make matters more bizarre, Chrisean was saying the same in another video from January of this year. History of the time frame, the executive producer of Baddies, Lemuel Plummer, was beaten by Diddy. I was invited to Diddy's private chamber, which was behind his own house, she said of Lemuel. There appear to have been some private happenings at this property that some people think are his freakouts. It was forbidden for Lemuel to bring his security guard in addition to phones. When Lemuel and Chrisean walked in and saw Diddy, Chrisean said, Diddy grabbed for paying her less for being on the bad guy's side. He grabbed him by the collar. I was totally confused when I first heard this since I couldn't see how her poor pay from Lemuel was connected to Diddy, but a lot of people believe that Diddy was only using this as a tactic to make Chrisean feel comfortable under his care, especially because he was trying to persuade Chrisean to join him. She and Lemuel started having problems after that day, even though he started paying her.
Never forget that motherfucking day, bro. So I set a price. I said 200,000. You said 100. I said 150. I'm not going underneath that. Cause what? I'm about to bring a lot to the table. That little party I went to, Diddy party. We went to the little private area. I gotta go. Behind the cause he had a house behind his house. Like he had a backyard with his backyard with a fat bed, and then it had like a miniature little whatever. And then me and Lemmy go upstairs. They tell him that he can't bring his security. He went in like a little with no security, so it's just me and Lemmy. We go up in there. Hold on. We go up in there. We go upstairs. He like, what's up, Diddy? You know, you met Chrisean. You gave her kisses on the cheek. Early on in the party or whatever. We just wanted to follow up. I'm glad that you Sean. And then he grabbed Lemmy by his neck and was like, but do you with her? Like, don't play with her. All she needs is love. Don't play with her. Don't play with her. And I didn't understand that till
presently. It is impossible to know for certain whether Diddy influenced Chrisean. However, Tia will surely trust the reports if they are true. This further explains why Tia brought up Carissa and her criticism of her for disobeying her elders. Wishing you luck, child. Individuals have also spoken up without hesitation. The truth always hurts, someone once stated. The hollering of a caller, of a sighing, of a collaring, of a hollering, of a hollering, of a hollering of hit dog is continuous. You have to hear what she has to say. Her anxiety was so reduced by the internet that they express her inability to distinguish between someone trying to be funny and giving wise advice. I think Chrissy and Rock definitely freaked off, but I also think that they didn't recruit her because her mouth is too big, said an additional person. Now, though, I want to know what you think. How do you feel about Chrisean reportedly being recruited by Diddy? Do you think it was appropriate for TIA to bring this up in order to criticize Chrisean? Please feel free to share your thoughts with me in the comment section below.